like you're black or something.
I am black. What?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Wait, what's the topic?
Say like, I'm just gonna say fine. I'll just say the same shit. Like a determined future doesn't contradict libertarian free will.
Okay.
Or whatever. Well, let me use the restroom.
Well, I think I debated this guy Debatable before.
Yeah, on that proposition actually.
Oh yeah, you were the guy that me and Cap just kept on trying to fucking convince, and you still wouldn't understand it because you were too fucking retarded. That shit was crazy.
I am Alethia and restarted. Yeah, you're right.
No, I still love you, man. That's good.
Yeah, high baller.
All right. So
Wait,
so
debatable.
I'm debating David on this proposition.
Yeah.
You can keep supporting those pedophile KG high baller. It's fine. It's fine.
I
Wait,
don't
Wait, what?
support anybody in KG just because I'm
Debatable.
in there a lot.
No,
I mean,
wait.
I'm not
High
a KG
baller.
member.
High baller. Since you wanna support Secret Eye, you are literally
I
supporting.
don't know who
somebody.
Secret Eye is, dude.
I'm not
Like,
talking to you, lame ass nigga. Yo.
yes, sir. What happened again?
Wait, debatable. What's the prop again?
I was just gonna say, who's debating me? I thought David's debating me. Who's debating me?
Yeah, it's David. Just tell me the proposition again.
The fuck? No, that's Pathos. What the fuck?
No, you're not debating me. I'm
Pathos is
just.
the judge.
Oh, y'all can't have flow judge or something?
If you want,
Wait, what?
are you down to judge or not?
Huh?
They want you to judge your debate.
What you say?
They want you to judge their debate.
No, he doesn't want to debate.
Huh?
Judge, bro.
Can the goat flow please judge, please?
Let me look at my time. What about Saturday nights? 6:55.
All right.
Okay, wait.
That's
So
okay
do you
with
guys want to do two judges then? Since I don't know, both y'all fucking hate me, I guess. It's fine.
Huh?
I never really cared.
What
No,
you
I'm
say?
talking about Debatable
Yeah?
and David. Yeah.
Huh?
Am I debating? Like, I don't really care who I
Bro,
debate. Am I
nigga,
like
just
debating Pathos or David, though? Which one?
bro, why are niggas so lost, bro?
No, bro.
You're debating
slow.
David.
Wait,
Because
slow.
the proof of the proof
Wait,
of the
wait.
proof of the proof for which that is going to be the proof of the proof of the proof for which that is the proof.
Well, I'm confused. Are you guys debating or what's going on?
Debatable, you're debating David. Oh my.
David, speak.
Wait.
So wasn't the prompt? You
I was
said
just gonna say that the future doesn't doesn't like contradict libertarian free will, a determined future. Or actually, I will just say compatibilism is entirely consistent.
Oh, debatable. You want to know something crazy about that position?
What?
Wait. Hold
Nietzsche spoke about this in his Spinozian paper, actually.
I've never read a philosophy paper in my life, so
Yeah, I know. I'm
wouldn't know.
just LARPing. I'm LARPing Nietzsche. Don't worry about it.
But I'll just say that I'll just say compatibilism is internally consistent, just to keep it simple.
Okay. You guys agree to me as judge?
I don't care who's judge.
Okay.
as long
I'm low tier,
as
so I
it's
know I'm
not
gonna lose
Trump,
regardless.
But
So you want me to give you my
So you're saying this proposition is true? Yeah, right?
yes, it's true that it's internally consistent. Yes.
So what's your theory of truth and give an argument for that? And also I suspect that you're going to be giving the justification. So also give the justification and tell me what your theory of justification is and give an argument for that. I want the argument for your conceptual schema, the argument for your existence, and I also want the argument for your.
You want the argument for my
schema,
existence?
and I also want the argument for your logical schema, or the type of logics you are just using. So you have isn't that 5, 6, or 7 burdens?
Well, how about this?
No.
My fault.
I
meant
don't
to
know.
say it's correct. It's not true. It's correct.
He does not get these 5, 6, or 7 burdens completely right. Then he just loses. And also, I want your theory of argumentation and argument for that being true. So now he has 8 burdens, I think.
Yeah. So my burdens is only to provide evidence of why my claim is correct, not any whatever you were talking about.
Yeah.
Wait. Just wait. Okay. Just so we can actually fucking further the discussion. Can you just either give the argument for compatibilism, and then you can discuss whether that is an internally consistent position.
Wait.
There's no point in like.
Wait. Okay. Debatable. You realize you were saying that this proposition is true, right?
No, I'm saying it's correct.
Didn't you literally conceded to that?
Oh, I misspoke. Don't mind me. I'm saying it's correct. I misspoke.
Like 2 minutes ago. So what do you mean by correct, and what's your theory of semantics also? And give argument for that.
So by correct, I just mean that it's correlating to itself, like
it's correlating to itself.
Yes, it's coherent. Like it's coherent.
Yeah, and also, what's your theory of semantics? And also,
why is it relevant?
Why is it relevant? Because you are using semantics right now, you fucking retard. But yeah.
And why does my theory of semantics have any like what does it matter what my theory is? What would that change about my claim?
Why does it matter what your theory is? Okay. Do you not know what a
Okay, just because I'm using semantics doesn't mean that it's relevant to the claim. You know that, right?
Okay, wait. How is it not relevant when you literally
well, you made the affirmative. That's not my burden. You said that it was relevant.
Debatable,
So can you
debatable, calm down.
Can you justify that proposition?
Calm down. You just told me what this X thing means, right? You realize you were using semantics in that, right?
Yeah, and I said, how is semantics relevant to my proposition?
Because your proposition literally uses your semantics, you actual retard.
So like, just because I'm using semantics, why does so like that doesn't provide like, any other evidence, right? I said so you're saying I'm using semantics. So why is the fact that I'm using semantics make it necessary that I need to describe my theory of semantics? What is that? How does that
question.
Like affect my proposition at all?
Quick question. So without semantics, does your proposition exist?
Yes. What the fuck?
Can you state your proposition without your semantics?
No. Just because I can't state it doesn't mean it doesn't exist as a concept.
Yes, and also.
Okay, so wait.
What's your theory of
concepts?
Also,
like, do you think if we never talked about concepts, they wouldn't exist? Like, what the fuck?
And what you take a concept to be, also. And also,
oh my god, this is so like AIDS, dude. Oh my god.
Also, you just said that I had a burden. I also reject burdens on me in a sense. Why?
You reject burdens?
What's the argument for burdens also? But yeah.
What's the argument for? Are you trolling? Is this like an actual debate right now?
I'm not trolling.
All right, let me actually give my argument because I haven't. So I was going to say, and you can like question it after I give my premises. I'm going to say that you ought to use the notion of inference when you're referring to modalities of logical possibility. What the notion of inference is basically saying is that if we don't see something being there, there's going to be evidence of it not being there. Why you ought to apply that to the modality of logical possibility is because when you are evaluating whether something is contradictory, you're going to be using your fucking 5 senses to see if you see a contradiction. And you're going to be applying the notion of inference. You're going to look for a contradiction. When you evaluate, you don't see one. You're going to assume that it's coherent. If you don't apply the notion of inference, you're going to get a reductio, basically saying that there could possibly be a contradiction, even though you don't see one. If you're going to hold to that level of skepticism, then there could be some hidden contradiction in the definition of a question, for example. Like when you ask me a question, what if there's a contradiction there, or in my answer, right? So you'd have to be holding to some sort of nosium's inference every time that you speak, because you're assuming or you're presupposing that what you're saying is coherent, that what I'm saying is also coherent, and that these things can mesh well in some sort of coherent way, right? So that's going to be the first thing. So I'm going to basically be employing some sort of nosium's inference. If you'll just let me continue so I can just say my point, you can just pick it apart. So then we're going to talk about the claim compatibilism. What I take compatibilism to be is just going to be that the future is determined, yet simultaneously it does not contradict with the definition of free will. Free will is going to be the ability of an agent, giving an ability for an agent to choose within the options available, undetermined by prior causes. If it is the case that in the future that I act, that is it logically, well, we're going to ask, is it logically possible for me to dictate the future? And when I say dictate, I just mean my state of affairs. So for example, if I pick up an apple in the future, is it the case that I picked up the apple in the future because that's what I did? I know it's a tautology, but that's kind of proving my point that there's a consistency there. If I decide to pick up a pen in the future, it is the state of affairs that I picked up a pen in the future because that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to pick up the pen, and so I did. right? So we're basically saying that the future is being determined, yes, but it's being determined by the agent. And if it is the case that the future is being determined by the agent, the future can't then simultaneously determine what the agent is doing. So with that being said, we're going to investigate that claim. The future can determine the agent while the future doesn't simultaneously determine the agent. Is that logically coherent? This is an internal critique of what I take the compatibilism to be. We're going to see that there is no P and not P. We're going to be using our Nozium's inference. We're going to be investigating it. We don't see a contradiction. And we have to be holding to a Nozium's inference to even be having this conversation. And so there's going to be no P and not P. This is going to be internally consistent. And just to flag for the judge, I forgot who we said the judge was, but I do not need to prove why this sort of exists in reality. I can even make the claim that compatibilism is metaphysically impossible, but it's still logically consistent. I'm not saying that this can actually be actualized. I can say that this is physically impossible, but when we investigate it, it is logically coherent. It makes sense. There is no contradiction within the definition of compatibilism when you plug in free will. And so with that being said, I really don't have any other burden. You can take some form of attack relation. You can say that, like, well, you don't hold to why we should accept the Nozium's inference. But then if you don't do that, then you're just going to be basically conceding, because this whole entire conversation is going to be an incoherent slosh of bullshit. Because what if there's some hidden contradiction to every single word that you're going to be saying? And it's going to be a ridiculous claim. So I don't really see how you're going to defeat this argument, because I kind of like trapped you by saying some bullshit. I could literally say that a fucking unicorn is logically coherent, and there's going to be no argument against that. I can say a unicorn is logically coherent, but it is metaphysically impossible. They can't actually be actualized in any possible world. But when we investigate it, there's going to be no contradiction. So I can say that basically about any fucking concept ever, as long as there's just not a contradiction. And I just decided to say that about compatibilism to trap you in an argument that I know I'm going to win, because you're fucking retarded, David. But you can go ahead and respond. I'll be muted.
Okay, so what this dumb nigger just did was just yap for 15 minutes. So, first of all, we can just move past the point that he literally moved past the burden, and why should I hold to these burdens? But yeah, so first, what's your theory of argumentation? And also, second, I'm guessing that you're holding to classical logic. I'm guessing. I don't know if you are, but yeah. What's the argument for your logic system? And also, I want you to prove everything that you just said, that entire yap, prove everything that you just said has some sort of attack relation. You dumb little knicker.
Okay, sure. I swear, if I do not get this verdict, I swear to God. Okay, first things, why we should hold to classical logic. Do you understand that me saying that this is logically coherent is an affirmation of classical logic? It is inherently logical. Like, I'm making a claim about logic. So we would have to hold to it to investigate it. You fucking dumbass. And then what did you say? You
What's
said,
the
what's my
argument for
theory
that?
of argumentation? There's no relevance
wait.
there. Why does it matter? Obviously,
What's the argument for that? What's the argument for that?
what's the argument for that?
You said something
That's
about.
going to be brute. That's going to be brute. There is no argument for that. That's what that means. That's what that word means. Like, what are we talking about? You're just asking me a question. What's the argument for that? What's the theory? I highly doubt that you understand. You just know how to be a hyper skeptic, but you don't really understand what that means, David, because you're genuinely the worst debater in this com. Like, seriously.
Okay, so even though this dumb little nigger is dodging,
that's really
an argument for his logical schemes, like inherently resorting to classical logic, he won't give argument for that. And second, he says something about reductios in his little yap of justification. You realize that I can give the argument for reductios in a sense.
Yeah, go ahead and give your argument for reductios. I'm so sorry.
I can wait. Question. I can give the argument for it being not a.
Do you know, wait? Do you know what a reductio is, David? Just so we can. What's a reductio?
What's a reductio?
Yeah, what is that?
Don't while you're trying to do this knowledge gap. But yeah, a reductio ad absurdum is basically indirect inferential protest characteristics of classical logic systems, whereby the negation of a proposition is established through demonstration that the proposition hypothetically affirms, calculates in contradiction, absurdity, or inferential collapse within the operator deductive framework. But yeah, I can give the argument for this.
I just want to flag for the judge. If y'all didn't catch that, I don't know if this is being recorded, but he definitely read that off of ChatGPT.
I definitely read that off of ChatGPT.
On God, he read that. On God, he read that.
Even if I read that off of
Oh my god, he read that.
ChatGPT. Even if
Oh
I
my
read that,
god, he read that. What the
even
fuck
if
was
I
that?
read that off of ChatGPT,
Okay, sure. All right. I don't know
we
if you
have
think you're
niggas in the
fooling
server like
anybody,
Dash
but
use it every day. But yeah,
do you
I'm
think?
not
Did you actually think that we didn't catch that? Like your IQ's room temperature. Did you actually think you're
But
fooling? You
yeah,
just
so
read that. You
what's
just
the
read what a
argument for
reductio was.
reductio is not
Okay,
being
wait.
a
What's a reductio?
universal
Give me
fundamental
a
inferential
reductio in
principle?
layman's terms. Give me a reductio in layman's terminology. What is reductio?
So we judge. I just want to clarify. This nigga never gave
Wait, no.
his
Just
theory
what's the reductio?
justification, and he
It should
also
be like
never
that.
actually justified his premise for why.
I just want to know what since we're using
true,
terminology,
and
what is the
also,
reductio?
yeah,
What is the reductio?
I just told you that's a fucking tracking error again. Like, yo,
No, I
but
just want to make sure.
this-
I want to make sure I understood. What is a reductio?
nigga, I told you that's not my fault. You're tracking, but yeah,
No, because you read it off of something. You read what a reductio was.
yo,
You asked
okay,
ChatGPT, or it can
question.
hear me. You asked it, what is a reductio? That was too complicated for you to have come up with on the spot.
Yeah, you think
And
that?
also, you asked me what my theory of reductio.
Well,
so basically, I employed a reductio by showing the logical implication from not accepting Nosium's inference when you're applying that to modalities
and this
of
is the
logical
argument
possibility.
for
So if you just let me continue, I can just
reductios
kind of
not
clear out the air.
existing. You dumb little faggot.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that to have this conversation, you must be employing the Nosium's inference as some sort of
can I give the argument or not? Like, bro, come on.
Your argument for what? Just so we can be clear for the judge?
Reductios ad absurdum.
What's
not a universal
what's the
fundamental
relevance?
inferential principle. For why it's a universal fundamental inferential principle.
It's a universal. What are you saying there? When you're saying it's a universal fundamental inferential principle?
That's
in what
another
way? In what way is it an inferential? What are we inferring?
Yo, that's his 10th tracking error because he's a
retard. No. You said it's a universal fundamental inferential principle. There's a lot of universal fundamental inferential principles. What are we referring? What are we inferring when we employ a reductio? What are we inferring?
Fundamental inferential principle, but yeah.
But what are we? You're saying it's an inferential principle. What are we inferring?
I'm saying it's not, bro.
Okay, you're saying what I employed was not a reductio?
And this new track, but yeah.
Okay, so I'll just show you how it is reductio really quick if you'll just allow me to continue.
No.
What I'm saying is that we ought to apply the. If you'll just not cut me off, I can just explain. You want to hear my argument, right? Can I just explain how it's reductio?
That doesn't exist, bro. Can I give the argument?
Yeah, no, but you made the claim that I did not employ a reductio, so I'm trying to show how I did, right?
Bro.
You literally did. You literally did. This conversation is being recorded. Like, why would I even start talking if you didn't say that? So what I'm saying is, is that
I said
okay? So fine. Did I give a reductio? Yes or no?
Can someone mute this kid, bro? Please.
Wait, did I give a reductio? Yes or no?
Premise one reductio at absurdum is either a inferential, autonomous, non-structured, self-sufficient isosphere.
Are you reading again? Are you reading?
As its operating legitimacy as an entirety specialistic on the arithmetic.
What the fuck, Judge? Are we peeping this, Judge?
And
Do
the
you not hear him reading?
explosion may specifically the reductio transition from the
let me look at the fucking general chat. There's just no way.
The unrestricted validity of X contradiction according
you're
to
laughing because you're reading right now.
Whoa. Yo, guys, we were just gonna force conclusions, bro. This ain't going nowhere. Yo, Debatable, do you want to give your closing statement, bro?
Sure. So I literally have no burden other than to show how this is logically coherent. I don't need to give my theory of argumentation because I'm employing it when I'm talking to him. I don't need to. By the way, I just want to flag for the judge. Not only is he reading off of ChatGPT so obviously, like he thinks he's laughing because he's getting he's reading off of ChatGPT. He doesn't know what a reductio is. So I'm just going to give my argument really fast so I don't want to yap. I'm just basically saying that we ought to employ Nosium's inference when we're always talking about logical possibility. What the Nosium's inference is saying is there's no evidence, we don't see something that there's evidence of it not being there. When we talk to each other, we are always subconsciously employing a Nosium's inference to contradictions because we're assuming that what we're saying is logically coherent. That because we don't hear a contradiction that is not there. So to even have this conversation, you have to be employing some sort of Nosium's inference. With that being said, we investigate what it means to have free will and how that coincides with compatibilism. My theory of compatibilism was that basically that the future is being determined, but simultaneously free will is being unaffected. Its definition does not contradict. It can be the case logically that the future can be determined by free will. your state of affairs in the future is being determined by what you decide to do in the future. And if that's the case, the future can't then simultaneously determine your state of affairs in the future because you are. So with that being said, there is no determination that's retroactively happening from the future. And so there is no contradiction when we employ the Nozium's inference and we don't see a P and not P. With that being said, logically coherent, his job is to explain where the P and not P is, or to show why we ought not to imply the Nozium's inference and we should apply some other standard by which we measure whether something is rational or not, which we have not done. I have no other burdens other than what I just showed. And that's going to be also, yeah, he's like reading off of ChatGPT. So like, what the fuck? I hope we don't like, anyways, that's pretty much it.
So yeah, Judge, first of all, when I challenged his argument for classical logic, I asked the argument for one of his premises, and then he just kept rambling and like never gave it and said that I'm just being dumb. So first of all, he let that point pass. So right now we don't even know if he has a logic system or not. Second, I asked him for his theory of justification. He's never answered that. Second, we don't even know if he has a theory of justification or not, even though he justifies stuff this entire time. Third, I was giving the argument for reductives not existing. Yes. And then he just called it ChatGPT and just let that point slide. So third, one of his reasonings for his Nozium inference principle existing, reductives, we don't even know if they exist or not. Fourth, he said that I have these burdens. He just let that point pass. So yeah. We don't even know if I have burdens in the conversation or not. He just kept letting these points pass the entire time. Second, his theory of argumentation, I challenged that, and then I asked, let's start for that. And then he just rambled. That's like his 6-point pass. The entire time he just rambled. This kid is known for being terrible, but yeah, he just reps every single point that gets challenged past because he's dumb. But yeah,
we don't know if reductios exist or not. Get a load of this guy. What the fuck are you talking about?
You let the argument pass. So, yeah.
Wait.
All right, Pathos, who's the winner, bro?
Yeah, after very, very careful consideration, and analyzing some of my notes, what I taken here. Wait, I just want to say, by the way, I think that debatable won, but very, very fucking extreme diff, right? First of all, we need to look at the start of the convo, right? I don't know what the fuck David was talking about, like theory on semantics, and all that bullshit. You guys were talking about argumentation theories. Nobody even provided one. I don't even know if you niggas know what that is. And then when it came to burdens, debatable never really get satisfied or even gave an argument for the logic system. Maybe David didn't, clock onto this, that he was supposed to press him on that shit. Didn't press him on that. He gave, I don't know what the whole reductio thing was, asking the nigga to explain it in layman terms. And then David did not give any other alternative for, I guess, rational coherence when it comes to the Nozian inference. And so, debatable won this extreme diff.
Niggas like you make me want to leave the server, bet.
He was terrible.